Well, hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Electric Bike Journal. Join us for this tech check on the newly released Polygon Tambora E. This is a full carbon electric gravel bike, Bosch powered, options between SRAM GX or Shimano GRX. Plenty to learn about here, so join us as we learn all about the new Tambora E from Polygon. Polygon makes their debut into the electric gravel space with the new Tambora E, which does share a lot of similarities in geo and overall design of their regular Tambora that's been on the market for a little while. For those of you that aren't aware of who Polygon bikes are, they are a direct consumer brand. Their bikes are sold through bikesonline.com. So if you are interested, we'll have a link down below for you to check that out from their website for order. Or of course, you can go directly to Polygon's website as well to learn more about this bike. The Tambora E will be available in two different models, the AE-GX, and this will come in a green color, and that will have the SRAM GX mullet drivetrain. Sharing all the similarities with the change up in the drivetrain will be the AE-GRX model, which is a different color, and we'll have a Shimano GRX group set. The Tambora E is powered by a Bosch Performance Line SX drive unit, and that'll be paired with Bosch's new compact tube 400 watt-hour battery. Now, something that's really neat that Polygon's doing, not exclusively with this bike, with a couple of their bikes right now in the electric space, is that they are offering this bike with the 250 watt Powermore extension. So you get a 250 watt-hour expansion range extender battery that will mount to the frame. They have designed a really cool mechanism that quickly allows you to, flick a tab, pull out your bottle cage, and then slide in that range extender so you can ultimately up your battery range from 400 to 650 watt hours of total max range capacity. Now, as mentioned, the Tambora E is offered in those two different models. Really the only differences between those two, like I said earlier, are a difference in color and the drivetrain. So a SRAM GX drivetrain with rival shifters up front, or a Shimano GRX drivetrain. Both models will be offered in a small through extra large frame size. This is the size large at 6 feet tall, 32-ish inch inseam. It fits very great. It's the right numbers for me, absolutely. It's about a 56 centimeter frame size, but we'll talk more about the geometry and how you can find out more about the right geo numbers for yourself. Now, something that Polygon's been doing very well on their bikes, especially their electric bikes, is offering a very premium build spec, very quality frame, overall design. Everything about this bike is very high end, but as a consumer direct brand, they are able to offer that at a very good price point. And that is something that we really like, is that you're getting a great package without, being out $10,000, $12,000, $13,000. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the key features that makes the Tambora E special. Now, this is an ACX carbon frame and an ACX carbon fork. So it's very lightweight. It's about 120 kilogram load capacity for the frame and fork combo, which honestly shouldn't have any problems with riding this as a very aggressive bike with a load. Now, as we begin to talk about the features and then dive into the component spec, we have to start with the flip chip. So talking about that feature and that flip chip, up front on the fork, it has a flip chip for your front axle. This allows you to change it into a long and a short mode. And this really opens up the doors for a lot of options to customize the fit and performance of your bike, depending on the type of ride that you're doing. Now, if you're going more bike packing, endurance, extended long rides, it's going to stretch out your wheelbase and make this bike more relaxed and comfortable to ride sustained. On the flip side, to make this more sporty, more aggressive, maybe you're looking to get some miles in a short amount of time, you kick this thing up into boost and flip that chip over into the short mode, changes that head tube angle, and really will tighten things up to make it more responsive, snappy, and agile to really go fast and have fun. Now the Tambora E is positioned as a full-on gravel bike, ready to tackle any adventure, and it very much so is. That flip chip really helps set it up to be more adaptable quickly to do different type of riding depending on what your adventure looks like. Now in a bike packing or traveling endurance style ride where you are bringing gear with you, the Tambora E is really designed to carry most of that weight and load here in a frame bag. And even with a bottle cage there or the Powermore adapter, you have a lot of room to fit a very large bag in the frame. The frame itself doesn't have any additional mounts on it for any sort of fender or rack system to be bolted onto this frame. However, fortunately, there are a lot of quick release strap-on fenders, racks, things you can use to supplement that. But a handlebar bag, a seat post bag, frame bag, I feel you're gonna be doing pretty well. And if the weather's rough and you're still going out for that adventure with all that gear, I've been running one of the Ass Savers fenders in the rear, and that's been working great for myself. Now the Tambora E will be using Bosch's Performance Line SX drive unit. It's a lightweight drive unit, 250 watt mid drive, and that is paired to that compact tube 400 watt hour battery, which mounts into the frame. It's very lightweight battery that has a lot of power. It's very small and compact, and I've really been enjoying that setup with the 400 and the Bosch Performance Line drive units. This setup without the range extender will get you about 50 to 60 miles, depending on how you're riding and what pedal assist mode you are in. But something we're seeing here is that they have chosen to run that built-in remote into the top tube, and it's very limited in what it shows you, which is something I kind of like for a very stealthy look. A simple power button to turn it on, and there is a plus or minus button to let you cycle through your different pedal assist modes. And the primary indicators across that remote and control unit will show you a loose estimate of your overall battery range. The Tambora E will come with the Bosch mini remote that does fit onto the handlebars, and this whole system will work with the Flow app. Now, as we dive deeper into the component spec and build out of the Tambora E, we know already that there are two different drivetrains to choose from, but really what makes the rest of this bike complete? To start with the wheels, we're looking at carbon Novatec G24 wheels. Those Novatec wheels are wrapped with Schwalbe G1 all-round tires. These are 700 by 40C tires, nice tan wall, tubeless ready. The bike will ship, come with tubeless valves, so grab yourself some sealant and you can swap this over to tubeless very easily. There's a Physique Terra Argo saddle on there, which sits on a 27.2 millimeter carbon gravel seat post. And out front, we have a Vision SMR stem with FSA bars. Now, stem length, bar width, these will change and adjust throughout the different frame sizes, of which we'll talk about the geometry right now. Now, our size large will come with a 395 millimeter reach, a 626 millimeter stack, a 799 standover, a 73.5 degree seat tube, and a 72 degree head tube. Now that's just a reference of the size large. The small will start with a 367 millimeter reach, and the extra large will end at a 409 millimeter reach. Obviously, the rest of the numbers change there, but we'll have a link down below to our website that you can take a look at the rest of the geo numbers. Well, let's take a little bit of a closer look into the AE-GX with that SRAM drivetrain. Out front, we have SRAM Rival E-Tap wireless shifters, and out back we have a 12-speed SRAM GX Eagle AXS derailleur, and that will have the 12-speed GX Eagle cassette on there as well. And the whole setup will be using SRAM Rival hydraulic disc brakes. These are flat mount disc brakes with 160 millimeter rotors. Whether you're looking for a mechanical drivetrain or in a wireless drivetrain, the options are there for you, and they're really great options. So right now we'll go for a ride and show you how it performs out on the trails. A good few modes of pedal assist here. How does that Performance Line SX do? Hammering up a hill. Now I'm not even in the lowest gear here, and I'm not even in the highest boost mode, which is kind of the EMTB, the auto mode here. And just cruising on up. And I do like the taller stack height, you know, from a standard all-road bike. And I think the Tambora has got a good mix of reach and stack, and you know, as you can see, the bars are up a little bit higher, but even getting down into these drops, it doesn't feel like an excessive reach to get down there, and you're still up nice and tall. I'm a big fan of this Performance Line SX. It's probably my current favorite for electric lightweight, electric gravel. Makes it really easy to get that power you need and not have all the bulk. Now, getting out in the pavement, you know, I think these G1 all roads are great on the tarmac. A lot of traction. I think things feel pretty good on them. But you could flip that chip if you're gonna do a long ride like this and really be able to get those miles in, feel really set up and comfortable. And that wireless shifting, super fast, gets you through gears. And we know with this new transmission stuff, the AXS, it can take a beating, kind of shift whenever you need to, and you don't have to worry too much about breaking a chain. But overall, very comfortable, and you know, something you definitely want to put miles in easily. Gonna have to get some more adventures out. Well, thanks for sticking in there, guys. I know it's just a quick first look as we dive into more of the specs and components of the Tambora E as a new offering. We're just trying to get out there to share with you what the brand has done in putting together this bike. You know, overall, a very awesome build. I like the option between two different drivetrains to really separate the two versions of this bike. But regardless of what drivetrain you choose, you're looking at a really comfortable, solid geometry, really solid carbon frame and fork, and something that you don't see really from any brand right now is that flip chip up in the front axle. And if you do know someone else doing that, please link that down below. We'd love to know who else is out there changing things up in the Geo like that. But if you are looking for a solid bike, something that's lightweight, has plenty of power, can get you out for a really long ride, and is coming with a range extender, let us know in the comments. We want to know what better deal is out there. So we hope you enjoyed this tech check on the Tambora E, and of course, thanks to Polygon for getting one out here. It takes a lot to get these new electric bikes shipped out anywhere, so we're thankful that this showed up just in time for the release. And again, if you have any questions, comments, be sure to leave those down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.